Hello and welcome to yet another Newsfirst exclusive. I'm Dithmini De Silva and I'm joined today by President of the Digital Marketing Association of Sri Lanka, Umair Wolid. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dithmini.
Okay, so we're here to talk about a digital marketing summit that's coming up in July, and it's a massive event. And can you tell us a bit about this event?
Yeah, so first up, we are from the Digital Marketing Association of Sri Lanka. We formed 3 years ago as part of building the Sri Lanka's digital ecosystem and also bringing the digital marketing industry together. So once we formed it 3 years ago, one of the key objectives was to bring the industry together, bring the latest development in the regional digital spectrum, and how can we bring it, bring a lot of knowledge and also practical examples of how the world's best digital marketing or marketing in digital world, what are the best practices we have, and how can we share the knowledge with the local community, the Sri Lankan audiences, is one of the key objectives what we had. So in light of that, last year we had Sri Lanka's largest digital marketing, or I would say rather the largest marketing driven event in the country last year. So that was the first formation of the digital DMASL Digital Summit. So it was last year, it was one of the key highlights of the marketing calendar, having a lot of speakers from an international level and also a lot of global platforms such as Google, Meta, LinkedIn. All those guys were present probably for the first time in the country. We had that kind of an event which probably we sold out in few hours. So with the success of that, we wanted this time to make it even bigger, and also to bring in, even as you would overall know, the digital marketing fraternity and the industry grows at a very rapid pace. Even in Sri Lanka, currently we have close to 10 million people using the internet, and close to about 9 million people use social media as their primary communication method. So in light of that, we have a lot of potential and a lot of opportunities in the digital marketing space. So we as the Digital Marketing Association of Sri Lanka want to give our entire network and the audiences some of the best practices, the best learning materials, and also to benchmark ourselves. How can Sri Lankan brands, Sri Lankan companies can look at what are the best things which happens in the digital marketing fraternity in the region and also at a global level. So that was the small idea we had, and then it ended up being one of the best or most sought after event in the Sri Lankan event calendar.
Okay, so from what I know, last year it was a 1-day event, and this year it's going to be a 2-day event under the theme Charting the Uncharted. Can you tell me a bit about why you all decided to make it a 2-day event, and also about some special segments or maybe specific topics that you all have brought in this year?
Yeah, so the primary reason was to make it a 2-day event. With the last year's success, we had a lot of people couldn't make it. Because of the limitations what we had in terms of logistics, and also the level of insights what we wanted to give, the knowledge or the sessions what we planned. We now have a comprehensive list of speakers who will give us content for 2 days, and with the demand and with the overall, we also wanted to give it an international flavor. If you also look at most of the regional digital marketing conferences will run for a couple of days with a lot of content. So that was one of the primary reasons, also to give that flavor for the local audience is one of the key objectives we had. So last year 1 day, this year obviously with the demand and also with a lot of knowledge sharing opportunities, and to give the marketing or the digital marketing fraternity the networking time. We also are very keen on how the experienced digital marketers in the country can start talking to the juniors who are getting into the industry. So we wanted to create that space in a larger level. So that was one of the key objectives, to make it for 2 days. And this time I think we have some great speakers lined up, and also we last year introduced, for the first time in Sri Lanka, we introduced something called Breakout Rooms, where people can pick and choose which category, which interest they have within the field of digital marketing, where they can pick. So that was also one of the first time we brought into the country. So this time also we will also have keynotes from great global speakers. Our team extensively we researched over the last 6 to 8 months some of the great digital marketing driven speakers from various other conferences. Even in fact, a few of our team members flew to some of the foreign conferences over the last 6 months, and we really drilled down on a lot of content and speakers. So fortunately we were being able to sort them and also bring them to Sri Lanka and showing the potential of Sri Lankan digital marketing fraternity and then the opportunities what we have been able to bring down these speakers. So hopefully it's going to be one of the most sought after event, and with 2 days we have multiple tracks, multiple keynotes. We have topics such as creativity in digital, generative AI, one of the hot topics in the current digital marketing industry, and performance marketing. We also wanted to benchmark ourselves with the regional opportunities and what's happening around the globe. So we want to bring the best, because if you also look at this type of an event, mostly would happen in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, if you look at the region. So we want to make Sri Lanka Digital Summit as a annual main hub. Even what we foresee is in the future we might start getting foreigners to come into this event as delegates. So that's our bigger objective. So first couple of years we wanted to focus. Even this year I think we have few foreigners who have already bought tickets who want to visit Sri Lanka. Maybe Sri Lanka is also it's a much cooler country to come for a conference, spend some time. So there are a few plans like that, but we are also trying to work with the tourism ministries and accordingly. But the overall structure is we want to take it into a next level.
So you mentioned about breakout rooms, interactive sessions, and special guests coming in for this event. Can you elaborate a bit on that? Yeah, so
one of the key parameters what we have is this breakout room concept and a workshop. So what will happen is at the event structure we have keynote speeches where the speakers, they will probably talk about at a very broad level how this topic. Example, if you also look at a hot topic called generative AI, someone on the main event or main keynote, they will talk about why generative AI is important and how kind of what it works and what are the global best practices. So what happens in the breakout room, if you are interested in that topic, if you are really interested in generative AI or in that topic, we have a breakout room in the middle where you can get in your hands-on experience about how it works, what are the key tools you can use. So you have a very comprehensive, in-depth knowledge about generative AI. So the concept of our conference, the structure, how it works is you learn at a high level in the keynote, and if you really want to dig in deep on that particular topic, you can pick your breakout room, which is a very fun exercise. People will move around from one breakout room to another. So it's general practice in a global conference. So that's what we replicated here, and it's been very good last time. So we want to keep it going. So we have some key topics like creativity in digital, generative AI, performance marketing is one of the key parameters how digital marketing is driving currently. So we also have something called like a gym, which is a workshop where you can get your hands dirty. If you are an execution level person, you really dig in deep and see what and how it's actually done, and you can learn a lot of things in that. So the event structure itself is very different to a normal conference which we have been experiencing in Sri Lanka. So that gives a very novel experience for our audiences and whoever who is participating to the event. So I would say just experience that vibe, feel how it works, and also to uplift your knowledge game is something that what we are keenly into.
Okay, so I understand that this is mainly to bridge the gap that Sri Lanka might have in digital marketing in comparison to like the international standards. Would you say that your association has done, well, you told me before that you all have done a lot more beyond this summit as well. Could you touch a bit on what you all have done apart from the summit?
Yeah, one of our key objectives for last year was also to partner up with the Sri Lanka government, and also we want to build so digital marketing is one big parameter in terms of the overall, I would say, the economic development. So I think especially from a national point of view, people kind of mistake digital transformation into digital marketing. Digital marketing is not getting a paper into a laptop, is not digital marketing. So I think what we also wanted to voice an opinion towards the government and also to the national policy is digital marketing is one key parameter you should start working, because we have close to 50% of our population on these platforms. So we have been working very closely with the governments, the ministries to educate. We have done a lot of sessions to the different ministries accordingly to see how they can build in the government messaging in terms of the digital marketing part, and also to use the tools what they have to communicate maybe all what are the activities do, and also from a very, so how can digital marketing activities be in terms of the national policy is something that what we wanted to highlight, and I think we have been successful in various opportunities we have created, and also we wanted to be that industry body where we wanted to figure out and give these insights to the market and to the overall country. So those are some of the key objectives of what we have, and what we have been doing over the last 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so based on all your research, can you tell me a bit about the challenges that Sri Lanka faces in the digital marketing sector, and how this summit will help address these challenges?
Yeah, one of the biggest industry problem, I think this is also common for many industries, but I think specifically for the digital marketing industry, one of the biggest problems or the challenges what we have is the brain drain. If you would see post-COVID, a lot of Sri Lankan talent in terms of the digital marketing fraternity started migrating and also moving out of the country. So we have a massive lack of resources in terms of the digital marketing sector. So one of the key objectives of us is also to get in new people to the market or to the industry, plus also there are a lot of opportunities where even you don't have to migrate to do digital marketing for foreign companies. We have multiple people within our association and the community where they do some of the great stuff for some of the world's best brands. It's probably done in Colombo. Some of the world's largest hotel chains, biggest digital marketing campaigns are done in Colombo. So the ecosystem is completely set for that. So one of the biggest challenges is also the brain drain. So what we wanted to highlight within these events, bringing the best talent and also bringing the best knowledge outside what's happening in the country. We wanted to foresee over the next 2-3 years, we'll have more people within our industry. So where we can serve our brand problems, the country's national problems in terms of the digital marketing stuff. So that is one of the key challenges we have. I don't think it's a quick solvable problem, but I feel that whatever the efforts we put over the next 2-3 years, we should be able to fulfill our objective.
Okay, that's amazing. I heard that around 1,000 participants are expected this year for the summit, yes?
Yeah, so we are looking close to about 700 participants towards 1,000. So that's the capacity what we have. And I think because of the demand of what we had last year, we expanded this year. Also, one of the key objectives was also to accommodate that level of number of people. And also we have the backing of the Sri Lanka President's Office to make it a national level. The Ministry of Technology is also backing us because they also want to make it a national level event. And we are very extremely proud that as an association we've been able to put these papers and to make digital marketing, as I said, as a key pillar of the Sri Lanka's economic drive, and over the next 2-3 years, how it can be a major force in terms of the economic development. So that's something that we are extremely working for.
Okay, could you mention the dates when this event will be held and the location, and also maybe a bit about how you will make it interactive with so many participants expected?
Yeah, so this is a knowledge fest. I would say if anyone who is, you don't have to be in the digital marketing field for this because everyone is now on a social media platform. You watch YouTube, you spend a lot of time on Instagram. So anyone who is involved, every part of your life is now involved with the digital ecosystem. So it's extremely important that everyone come and kind of work towards it. So that's one of the objectives what we had. So the event is going to happen on the 3rd and 4th of July at Water's Edge. It's a full day. Full 2 days of full of content, and also a lot of fun in terms of knowledge, and also networking is one key objective what we have. So you meet the digital giants in Sri Lanka, and also you can also meet someone who is just entering the digital field, or maybe the influencing community to whatever the social media platform. So we also, with the speakers and the line of people what we have, there's an extremely knowledge level, it's going to be extremely high. And we also have some surprises within the event which I am not available, I won't be able to reveal now, but a lot of activities which we have planned to keep them engaged, and it's basically our fraternity and our community. So I welcome everyone who are part of the marketing fraternity to join us on the 3rd and 4th of July at Water's Edge. It's going to be a full action-packed days, with a lot of knowledge, obviously. Plus, you can start enjoying yourself with your overall peers and the colleagues within the industry, and like-minded people can do great things together. So I think that's one of the key parameters what we have.
How can people register for it, or how does entrance
Yeah, so
work?
tickets are still open. I would say maybe it will be open for the next 48 hours to 72 hours. We are almost on the verge of selling out. But you can log on to www.dmaslsummit.com. The tickets are available, and or you can contact any of our association members. You should be able to find some tickets. And we also welcome even who are not part of the community, like say even though this is digital marketing, but it's also important people in the finance sector, people in the HR sector too, because everything is now going to be centralized on digital marketing. So it's a digital marketing driven event, but I think it's an event that can cut across most of the sectors, because everyone in any organization now use digital marketing as their core alignment. So that's something that we have. Plus, we also have a summit social, which is more like an after party where you can have some fun and network with your colleagues and peers within the industry. So that's open. That's happening on the 4th of July. After the knowledge part, you have a bit of a party where you meet and greet all your friends and colleagues within the industry, and then take it to the next level.
All right. Okay. So all things digital marketing and challenges, AI, everything you'll find at this Digital Marketing Summit. And thank you for joining us today, Mr. Umair.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for MTV and the Maharaja Group for partnering us. Extremely appreciative the effort that you guys are putting to uplift the digital marketing fraternity in the country. And extremely thank you for inviting me and giving us the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And you can join us with another Newsfirst exclusive soon.